tried my hardest to research who wrote it, as well as what happened to them, but I couldn't find out anything for the life of me. Still, it does tell a creepy story, so I decided to share it with you guys. Day 1, Saturday, 9 a.m. I feel pretty silly and paranoid keeping a journal over this. I want a record of the symptoms, in case I did catch something from the guy yesterday. I mean, maybe he had some undiscovered virus. If so, a record of my symptoms could help the doctors help me. I guess maybe that kind of thinking does mean I'm paranoid. Maybe. On the other hand, I've never seen or even heard of anything that could make someone look like that. What am I doing? I want this to be a useful journal about my possible symptoms, but I keep making vague references without explaining them. I guess I should explain what happened yesterday. I was walking home through a shortcut when I ran into a very sick, old man. At first, I couldn't tell what he looked like, because the hood on his coat was hiding his face. I only knew that he was struggling to stand, and his breathing sounded very labored. So I tried to help him, but as soon as I saw his face, I dropped him. I didn't mean to, but I couldn't help but have a visceral reaction. I've never seen anyone who looked like that. He was certainly alive and breathing, but he looked almost mummified. Except, he still had eyes, which were the most shocking part. It looked as though those dry, bloodshot, dilated orbs could fall out at any moment. After stumbling away, I called an ambulance to pick the old man up. Then I started walking back home as soon as the ambulance left with the old man. I started coughing shortly after I got back home. Furthermore, I've been coughing semi-frequently since. Not often enough to warrant a visit to my doctor, though. Besides, he was already out for the weekend by the time my cough started, so I started writing a journal in this notebook I found around my house. Guess I'll just have to wait and see if this cough goes or gets worse. Well, I think that's been enough writing for today. Day 2, Sunday, 9 a.m. Yesterday was mostly normal. Pretty boring, actually. I did my usual chores around town plus my house. I cleaned around my house before going out to buy groceries. The weather seems to have mellowed since Friday. I passed the time watching TV while looking at my phone like always. My cough even went away somewhat. Like I said, there isn't much to note. However, there are a couple of slightly odd things I have noticed. Odd as well as kind of annoying things. First, I noticed that since about a little after noon yesterday, I've been weirdly itchy. It's very minor, but a little annoying. I certainly don't think it's anything to worry about. It's probably all in my head anyway. Both this tiny itch and that humming might have something to do with the stress from Friday. The other thing I've noticed is a weird low humming noise. It almost sounds like a soft buzz. Like the itching, it's super minor and probably all in my head. Besides, they're both occasional plus pretty easy to ignore. I think that's all I have to write for now. Day 3, Monday, 7 p.m. The last couple of days have been okay. Yesterday was mostly like Saturday, except my cough and itch almost entirely went away throughout the day. As a consequence, today has been mostly an average work day, if not a little extra strenuous. However, I've been hearing a strange scratching noise most of the day. I think it's a bit louder than the buzzing was. Also, it doesn't sound quite like any scratching I've ever heard before. It sounds almost like someone scratching their skin, but it's weirdly off. I don't think I can really describe it very well. Like I said multiple times before, this isn't worth going to the doctor over. No matter how weird it is, I would feel weird seeing the doctor over this. It's probably just some minor thing that I'm overthinking anyway. I'm sure it will just go away on its own soon enough. Well, probably should just stop thinking and writing about this. Day 4, Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. I think I'm really getting over whatever is going on. That buzzing sound went away. As a consequence, today has been nearly entirely normal. The worst part of my day was lugging around a lot of heavy packages at work. The weirdest parts of my day were a small handful of moments that were probably nothing. There were a couple of times I think I noticed some vaguely weird smells. I don't think I can describe it very well. It was probably just some strange stuff in one or more of the packages at work today. People ship weirdly scented stuff all the time. I also noticed that my lunch tasted slightly off in a hard-to-describe way, but that's probably just because of the weird smell. It may have affected my sense of taste somewhat. The weirdest part of all was a couple of short times I thought I was starting to get itchy again, but these occasions were so quick, as well as infrequent, that I think that was probably nothing like the other things. In fact, my day went so well that I don't have anything else to write about. Hell, this might be my last entry into this journal. Day 5, Wednesday, 8:45 p.m. Today has been easily the worst day I've had in a long time. First, I noticed some bizarre random biting and stinging sensations all over. They aren't super painful. They are a little. Mostly they are just super annoying, so they make it difficult to concentrate. This started around 9 in the morning and it hasn't stopped since. It's actually making it hard to write right now. As bad as this is, it's not the only weird thing that happened today. Not even close. The weird smells and tastes have gotten far worse. I'm constantly noticing weird, distracting smells. They aren't gross smells, really, just very, very off, as well as kind of vaguely unnerving. Furthermore, every time I try to eat something, I can barely choke it down. It all tastes like a freaky alien version of what it should taste like. It just feels terrible. I'll make an appointment with my doctor if I'm not getting any better by the time I get home tomorrow. For now, I can deal with it. Most of these symptoms seem to come and go anyway. They could easily as well as hopefully be gone by tomorrow, in fact. So, I don't want to make an appointment if that's going to happen. That would be pretty awkward. I think I'll just let myself stop here for now and get some much needed sleep. Day 6, Thursday, 5:15 p.m. Today has been even worse than yesterday. Far worse, in fact. I haven't gotten better at all. My symptoms have only become more severe. On top of that, old symptoms have returned with a vengeance. The buzzing noise along with my cough are back and worse than ever. Also, I don't know if this is a separate symptom or just a result of my symptoms, but I'm exhausted, like can't stop yawning tired. All of it is making it really difficult to write at this point. I had to come home early. I couldn't keep working in my condition. As soon as I was home, I made an appointment with my doctor at 7 in the morning tomorrow. The phone call was pretty hard to make, but I think I will probably be able to drive tomorrow. I might go to the emergency room now, but last I heard it's very busy. I'm sure I can handle this for one more day. Besides, I prefer to see my normal doctor, especially when I'm not sure how serious something is. As annoying and distracting as this is, I'm still not sure it's serious. I think that's about all I can write for now. I should just distract myself from my problems for a while, and then get some sleep. Day 7, Thursday, 6:05 a.m. Oh fuck, I'm still getting worse. When I woke up this morning, I noticed that none of my symptoms had gone away. They're getting even more severe. Plus, I have new ones. A sore throat, a throbbing headache along with a burning fever. Jesus, this is getting scary. I still think I can drive, but I have to hurry and wrap this up here. There may not be time for me to write much more now. I'll just throw this notebook, plus a couple of other things in my backpack and head to my dock. Thursday, 3:35 p.m. Well, I think I'm starting to feel better now. Knock on wood. But I don't know when I'll be able to get home. I woke up in this hospital bed about an hour ago. Apparently, I fainted shortly after I got out of my car. As a consequence, I was in a mini coma for several hours. I told the nurse about this journal as soon as I woke up. About 20 minutes later, she brought it back to me, along with some pills for me to take. Since the doctors, as well as the nurses, seem to know what's wrong with me, I guess I don't need to write anymore. I'm still writing, however, because I recently realized how much it helps me relax. I'm still not sure what kind of pills they gave me. I asked, and the nurse explained, but I just couldn't wrap my mind around what she was saying to save my life. I'm just glad that I seem to be getting better. As much as I've grown to like to write, I should stop in the next couple of moments and get some sleep. This week has been so bizarre. Hopefully it's all over now. Log 1. I have no idea where I am or how I got here. Hell, I don't know what time or even day it is. I just woke up here in this empty white padded room. It's really creepy in here. There are no windows, and the only door is hardly even noticeable. The only things in this room beside me are a minimalist but comfortable bed, a toilet, a shower, and for some reason my notebook. I don't have a clue why whoever put me in here wants me to keep writing. I'll keep writing though. It's the one thing that I have to keep myself calm and sane. On the bright side, all my symptoms still seem to be gone. However, that does make my current situation more confusing and worrying. If I was still sick, I would just assume I was being quarantined and or tested on. That would be pretty scary too, but I would at least have an explanation for why I'm here. I could be here for any reason, and that might be even more concerning. As scary as this is, I don't think I have much more to say about it now, so I will stop here for now. Log 2. I've been in here for a while, about 5 hours I think. Still, I haven't seen anyone. For all I know, no one is out there. I try to get the attention of someone, anyone. I tried banging on the door as hard as I could. I also tried yelling out and slipping a note through the little slot that is probably for food, because I feel trapped in this creepy little room. On top of that, I'm getting frustrated by that buzzing noise coming from the AC vent. But sadly, still trying to get attention in here seems to be a useless waste of energy. Christ. I wish I could get out of here or at least speak with someone. It's terrifying to not know when I will be able to leave, or if I will be able to leave. Beyond that, I think the utter lack of mental stimulus is starting to get to me. I can only hope I will be able to get the attention of whoever is going to feed me. If they feed me, that is. Like I said, I don't know for a fact that anyone is out there. Even when or if someone comes to drop off some food, they may ignore me. I don't think I have the energy to write anymore. So I guess I will end this log here. Log 3. Damn it. There's already a food tray by the door. They must have left it while I was sleeping. I have no idea how long I will have to wait for the next one or how the schedule works. I don't even have a clue how long I've been asleep. As if missing my chance to get answers from someone wasn't bad enough. I woke up feeling exhausted in a cold sweat from a horrible nightmare about dying in the desert. Also, I think the busted AC is getting louder. At least I have something to eat now. I guess I can continue writing with this while I eat. The food seems to be some weird MRE gruel, and it tastes kinda off. Which is extra weird because it looks as well as smells like the blandest food in the world. Even the water they left with the food tastes pretty weird. Despite all this, it's still better than nothing. Besides, I'm so hungry. I have to eat it now. With that terrible lunch, breakfast, or dinner, I have no idea out of the way. I don't think I have much left to write about, except the terrible dream. I don't know why I dreamt that I was dying from exposure in the desert. The temperature in this room is perfectly fine. That was the first nightmare I've had in a long time. On top of that, I have no idea why my mind dreamt it up. I hope I will be able to get better rest later. Well, I suppose all I can do now is wait and try to stay awake for my next meal. I might try to do something about that buzz coming from the AC while I wait, or at least figure out why it's happening. I'm getting desperately bored, as well as annoyed. Log 4. So my meal came while I was sleeping again. Also, I think the food is getting worse. It looked the same, but it tasted weirder this time. I don't get how something odorless could taste so weird. On the other hand, maybe it did have a weird smell. It could have been overpowered by the bizarre smell coming from the vent. I think the AC is probably breaking down. That would explain the smell, as well as why the buzzing seems to be getting louder. Like I said, I was going to do in my previous log. I tried as hard as I could to remove the grill from the vent, but unsurprisingly, it just wouldn't budge. Trying to rip off that grill is probably why I overslept. I worked on it until I passed out from exhaustion. Man, I wish I had something else to do. Something that could keep my mind off that smell, as well as that buzzing noise. I'm almost more frustrated than scared at this point. Hell, I probably would be if I wasn't so horrifically helpless right now. Despite all this, I do have some good news. I actually woke up feeling well rested after some decent sleep, plus a very nice dream. I'll just say my dream started with a message and leave it at that. Considering everything else, it's not that great of a silver lining, but it's better than nothing. I better stop here to try taking a nap quick, so I can stay awake for the next time they feed me. Log 5. I guess the third time wasn't the charm. I missed it again, but that's far from the only bad thing that happened to me since my last log. First, I woke up in a puddle of my own sweat after having another nightmare. I dreamt that I was being eaten alive by a giant spider. The whole thing was so disturbingly vivid, especially the biting and scratching. After showering off the sweat, I realized why I woke up so covered in sweat. Of course, the nightmare had something to do with it, but I'm sure it was mostly due to the AC. It has been blowing out hot air since before I woke up. The room doesn't have a water fountain or anything like that. Up until now, that has been fine because the water bottles they leave with the food have been enough. Now it's so hot that I've been drinking out of the shower, but no matter what I do, I feel so hot and thirsty. I don't think my mouth or throat has ever been this dry. I would be trying to get someone to fix it, but I don't think that would work for a few reasons. Mostly because I'm not sure it's broken. As for why I think that, well, a couple of the people working here must have gotten sloppy, because I managed to overhear something I don't think they want me to know. At least I think I did. I'm not sure because it was pretty muffled. I was only able to hear it through the door because I got lucky. Or maybe unlucky. These monsters that are keeping me here were talking about their plans for me, and about what I've been doing in this room. How do they know that? This tiny room doesn't have any windows or cameras that I can see. They also talked about me hallucinating. I couldn't quite make out the context, but I think it has something to do with the experiments they talked about doing. I think they're planning to perform some strange experiments on my mind. Experiments involving putting some weird little things in my brain. I couldn't make out exactly what, but that doesn't matter. I just know that I have to get out of here soon, so I probably should stop writing for now to figure out what I'm going to do. Log 6. Damn, it's hard to write this. I'm so itchy. I feel like I'm getting bitten, scratched as well as stung all over, but there's nothing on me. I think my old symptoms are coming back. Maybe that's the explanation for the buzz, the heat, the weird tastes, smells, and possibly more. No, that couldn't be it. It all seems so real. How can I know what's real if I can't trust my senses? No. Why would the hallucinations only be coming from certain locations? It all makes much more sense if they're doing this to me. If I've been hallucinating, they want to help me, then why have they been ignoring me? No, they must be doing this to me. That's why as soon as I realize that they can see what I'm doing, therefore, they probably intentionally dropped the food tray while I'm asleep. I pretended to be asleep. Then sure enough, the food tray came shortly after I fell asleep. I didn't try to get their attention though. I can't trust these people. But now, I know that they're watching me for sure. They see and hear me suffering, yet they have done nothing. Well, they were doing nothing until recently. Recently, they sent someone in a hazmat suit to try to ask me some questions. When he first walked in, right before I saw him blink for the first time, I swear he seemed to have bug-like eyes, almost like a fly's eyes. At first, I played along with the interview in a desperate attempt to learn what they were doing. But after several minutes of thinking about those bug eyes or the conversation I overheard, while listening to his frustrating probing questions, I couldn't take it anymore, so I tore at his suit and chased him off. As he was running out of the room, I saw some bizarre little creature quickly walk through a hole I tore in his suit. I couldn't tell what it was, but it looked kind of like some sort of bug. I think that's all I have the energy to write for now. Log 7. Fuck. They're inside me. Get them out. Please, God, just get them out. I'm so scared I can't fucking think. God damn it. I can't stop crying. I'm so goddamn scared. Help me. They're everywhere. They're all over the walls, the floor, and the ceiling. They're so hideous. I can feel them crawling all throughout my body. They're in my nose, ears, and head. They're behind my eye. They're in my eyes. They're under my skin. They're crawling along my damn spine. What the goddamn fucking shit are they doing to me? I have to get them out. I must get them out. I can't get them out. What am I going to do? I haven't stopped screaming since I woke up. They're in me. Make them stop. Make them... Oh God, please, just please make them go away. I feel so helpless. I've never felt so helpless. Please just help me. Please, God. No. Please stop it. God, please. I can hear them crawling in my ears. Log 8. I must have fallen asleep from pure stress and exhaustion. I still can feel and hear those things inside me, but I just don't have the emotional or physical energy to care anymore. On the bright side, probably going to die very soon. Before I have a chance to learn what these things are doing to me, I vomited several times since I woke up. I'm dizzy as hell. I have a scorching fever, dry burning throat, sharp cough, a pounding headache along with every symptom I ever had since this all began. So I probably won't be writing or breathing much longer.